The following program is produced entirely by the television production students of Southeast High School, in partnership with Kaiser University, and by the medical experts at Intracoastal Cardiology of Sarasota, and by Cody's Original Roadhouse, and by the financial advisors at Mott & Associates in Bradenton.
Welcome to the baseball field of Southeast High School, located in Bradenton, Florida. Tonight, the Seminoles of Southeast host the Panthers for Bradenton Christian. My name's Tom McGee, and I'll be bringing you the play-by-play of tonight's contest. And by my side is the renowned coach of the Lady Noles basketball, John Harder. He will be providing us with all the color commentary. Coach, this is our second baseball game of the season. What do you see happening tonight?
Tyler, if one this is a arch-town rival. Bradenton Christian is our friends, and I love it when they come across town to be able to play us. They wear the same colors. Speaking of color commentating, I'm proud to be here, Don. Thanks for the introduction.
Well, I'm so glad to have you here. You know, there's no better color person I want with me than the renowned Coach John Harder.
You're only allowed to say renowned twice.
I said it twice. I believe I said it twice. So, well, I want to talk a little bit, we got a second here, about the coaches of the two teams. And I will tell you about Bradenton Christian. Their head coach is Jeff Perkins this year. He's been a head coach for 4 years at Bradenton Christian. And he was an assistant before that from 2007 on. His three assistants, we have Cole Hudson, who is the third base coach, Mark Bowden, who is the first base coach, and Lee Hines, who is the pitching coach.
Now, I got to interject Cole Hudson. Kenny Hudson, the famous umpire and referee, and of course, Trophy in Sports.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
That's the sporting company in town. We're very grateful. Kenny Hudson, Cole out there at third. He was also in the batting cage hitting some balls earlier. So
Wow.
It's a good group.
It is a good group. And I know they got a couple seniors. It's senior night tonight, which is a special night for Bradenton, for Southeast. But Bradenton Christian has a couple seniors that I wanted to mention. Jake Lista is a senior, and Jack Geis is a senior. So I want to make sure that those two are their starters. And then they have a relief pitcher named Duncan Skymore, and he's also a senior. So we're about ready to do the national anthem. So I'm going to take off my hat, and we can listen in to the national anthem. And play ball. Wow, that's a great rendition of the national anthem.
Beautiful.
Got us all psyched up now for a great game. I just want to tell you the temperature here in Bradenton is about, 78, 80 degrees, I think, Coach Harder.
Yeah, and it was snowing in Chicago and Cleveland.
It was snowing up north. I watched the Rays game the other day, and it was 44, I believe, and and the rain. Well, we canceled the one game because of rain and snow and mix. So
It was actually 42. I was watching the same game. What's a couple degrees?
okay.
We lost. Our Rays lost.
Our Rays did lose. It was really too bad. But unfortunately, I still don't understand why the Rays have to go up north to play at the start of the season in April this early when we know a bunch of those games are either going to get snowed out or rained out. And we have a Tropicana Stadium, which has a beautiful roof and maintains a nice 70 degrees, 72 degrees.
Nobody can figure it out, Don. It's the government. It's confusing. I've been trying to figure it out for years. Start the season a week later and give us some double headers like the old times.
Yeah, there you go.
There's all kinds of options, let alone to play in the South early.
By the way, how are the Cubs doing this year?
Well, we're in first place. Thanks for asking.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, at 5-1. We're going to be in first place all year. You heard me predict that.
Well, I'm with you. You know, I still have some friends up there, including Joe Madden, who is managing the clubs.
I think that's the main reason we're in first place, come to think of it.
Well, it's very interesting. I kind of was kidding with you last game we did about the Chicago Cubs and how few games they had won in spring training. And the other team that looked really bad was the Baltimore Orioles, who just couldn't win a game at the start of the spring training. And look who's undefeated right now. Baltimore is undefeated, and Chicago's in first place. So,
who can explain stuff?
Well, it certainly shows you how much spring training is.
Let's add Cincinnati to that. They're tied with the Cubs at 5-1.
There you go.
And they too. These were cellar dwellers just a year ago. We're in for an exciting summer, Don. Baseball is America.
It is America. You're absolutely right. And up at the plate right now is Jake Lister, number 7. He's the pitcher. Jake is the only senior on Bradenton Christian's team tonight. So they got him in the leadoff spot. He's doing a little bit of everything, pitching and leading off. And hits a sharp one to the hole in short. And he's safe at first. That was really deep in the hole to the shortstop, so that was a long throw.
Right-handed batter, and he hit it right where he should have. Strong hit between third and short. Made a good play on it, but it was just half a step short of an out.
I think I'd give him an infield hit on that one.
Yeah.
Up next is Rob Arico, the third baseman.
He too bats right, throws right. Number 23.
And he turns to bunt, and the steal is on, and he makes it into second easily. So really a good start for Bradenton Christian. Not so good for Southeast, but they have a runner in scoring position to start off. And the number 2 hitter, the third baseman, Rob, is up. So obviously a fake bunt just to allow the pitcher to steal. And ball 1, ball 2.
Ball 2 now.
Is on the batter.
This boy is a sophomore, this batter, and you're going to see a lot of young players tonight for Bradenton Christian. Don was telling me before the game the majority of the team, which is 6 out of 9 at least, are in the 9th or 10th grades. So they're going to be around for a while.
I believe the third baseman, shortstop, and second baseman are sophomores. The first base and catcher are freshmen. Left fielder's a freshman. The only senior is the pitcher who is on second base right now.
Wow.
And a beautiful ball for a strike. Bringing the count, 3 balls, 1 strike. Rob being very patient, obviously had a take sign on that one. And let's just see how Jared Cook can do here. A little high, throw down to third, and he's safe at third. So a steal of third by Jake, and down to first goes Rob for Bradenton Christian. Now runners on first and third with no outs. Our third batter coming up is A.J. Schroeder, the center fielder, number 24. Batting left-handed. Let's see what they put in play at first and third. First and third is always a dangerous situation, but especially when there's no outs. Throw over to first, safe. I was watching the runner at third base. It looked like he took a pretty big lead, too.
You can tell when there's a ball player who's been around a while. That's a seasoned boy over there at 30.
Yep.
He knows how to work the pitches and the pitcher, and he's an athlete. He's
First pitch, a little down in the dirt for ball one.
Jake Lister, that is at third. I know an athlete's body. That kid's
Look at him going home, huh? Oh. And driven into left field, to right field. That's going to bring home another run. There's going to be 2 runs scoring. Runner at first holds at first. And Bradenton Christian opens up the scoring 2-0 in the first inning. Still no outs, runner on first.
right down the first base line.
Now batting number 8.
Couldn't get a glove on it. Kelton Bloom was at first, number 11.
Up at the plate, Josh Ramsey, number 8. Josh, the cleanup hitter. Looks like they're playing him fairly straight. A little low in the dirt.
Come on, Jared.
Strike one.
Jared Cook on senior night. Strong pitcher. He's got off to a tough start, but he'll come around.
Yeah, Jared's been the top pitcher for Southeast for a while, right?
Yes, he has.
And foul back for strike 2. That's the way to get ahead of the batter. You got to count a 1 and 2 rather than 2 and 1 or 3 and 1, and that makes the batter having to guess exactly what that pitch is going to be. Oh, a good-looking miss. That was a great pitch. Looked like he threw a changeup right, really close. Obviously not a strike, but pretty darn close. I would have swung at it. Brings the count even, 2 and 2.
You and me both.
High chopper
Can
to
we double him
third
up?
baseman. No.
Neither.
Little bobble on the shortstop, and
Pulled him off first.
Gas is off first. Is on first. That puts runners at first and second. Again, no outs. It's going to bring up Dalton Francis, the left fielder.
But it's going to bring out our manager first. There'll be a conference on the mound.
Well, he's obviously wondering just what's going on. He's got to get him settled down. It's so tough when you first start up. Before you get in that groove, before you get in that rhythm, the pitcher's rhythm, it's so tough for the first ball to be to get the first runner to get on. And Jake Lister certainly did that on that infield hit.
While we've got a second here, Don, it's a good time to do a little advertising for SETV and our high school.
Absolutely.
This Thursday night, 6:30, Teacher's Choice Award. One of the big projects we do here at the school when the teacher picks a student out of the 160 that they have each year to get an award as a thank you, as a compliment to our programs. And I hope everybody tunes in on SETV. You can go to the website and look at it live on the Cube. We're pretty proud of Mike Sanders and Mike Brooks for putting this program on. This Thursday night of this week, 6:30. I'll mention it again later. We now have the first pitch.
Fouled off. Brings the count. No balls, 1 strike.
And that's the first time he's ahead in the count this inning. 0-1.
Again, to bring you up to date, runners on first and second, no out. Dalton Francis at the plate. Working with a strike. Little play. They thought a play was on. First baseman is charging towards the plate, and the turn and throw to second, but he's safe back there. what I think they're thinking is that they're going to move those runners up or try to move those runners up second and third, put them in scoring position. And again, the first baseman's coming in. You can see the batter leaning and squares around and bobbles the ball, unfortunately. And then on a bad throw, the ball gets away. And that puts runners on first and third and scores one more run.
Emotions are taking over a little bit here.
Well, it's a hard hit ball as a shortstop.
Yeah.
Now batting number 10, Jake Geese.
Boys are frustrated early, and they've got to settle down. This one will get away from them.
Brings up the right fielder, Jake Geese, number 10.
With no outs.
With no outs and runners again at first and third. That first and third situation is always a dangerous one. Throws a little off the plate for ball one. Bradenton Christian, previous years have been known as a real powerhouse in the area, and a hard foul, bringing up a strike two. It's been a really powerhouse in this area, and they've graduated about 6 seniors last year. So this year they're starting off again, like we were talking about, with a lot of freshmen and sophomores in the starting lineup.
Do we know their record, Don?
Yes, we do. They're 6-16.
Okay.
So as the coach was telling me, they had a hard hit ball
My goodness, is it?
right by the second baseman. It's going to hold the runners at first and second.
Ground balls, and boy, they're finding an opening.
But unfortunately, it's going to score one more run.
Yeah.
And again, with no outs.
Now batting number 3.
Coming up to bat, the catcher, Bryson Rogers, number 3.
He too is a freshman. Bats right, throws right.
And a bunt straight back to the pitcher. Looks it over at third, throws him out of first.
There we go.
Trying to get that one out. But it does move up the 2 runners on base into scoring position at second and third. This is going to bring up Austin Kessler, the first baseman. Anson is batting 8th tonight. Getting close to batting around for Bradenton Christian.
Right-handed, a 6-foot freshman. Once again, a freshman.
Takes a strike for the first pitch from Jared. You know, a strikeout would be really good here. And strike 2.
Yeah, he swung late. I'd throw the same pitch again if I were number 8 out there on the mound.
Well, Austin is in a little bit of a hole here at 0-2. But it only takes one for him, and he fouls off the third pitch. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Look like they're playing straight away, left, center, and right, and second baseman he's playing on the infield. They're all playing in, but he's playing close to second base there. And they're playing him to pull. And a little outside for ball 3 on a waste pitch. Put it a little closer. He might have had him swinging at it, but that far away, he was able to hold up. Austin Kiesler. Oh, good looking pitch for the third strike. I didn't know that the umpire called that a third strike, but that was just a great off-speed pitch right on the outside corner.
And the key is we have 2 down.
2 down. And ninth batter is up, Aaron McDaniel, the shortstop. I believe Aaron's a sophomore. And takes a swing at the first pitch for strike one. Well, maybe Jared can get us out of the inning right here and just limit it to 4 runs. Ball 1, just a touch outside. Brings the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, they're playing, the outfield's playing in, and now the infielders are playing back a little bit. Takes strike 2, right on the outside corner. Brings the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 strike away from ending this half inning. Little outside, evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The dugout is right below us here, and the boys are cheering hard to get out of this inning. Encouraging Jared Cook.
Jared's got a lot of potential. And foul back. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2-2 night. What do you think you should throw right here, Coach John?
It's got to be a fastball right down the middle. Get this done.
I wouldn't give him a changeup like he did the others.
He doesn't need to. It's the 9th batter. Well played. We're out of the inning.
And 5-3. Third baseman throws it out to the first baseman, and all 9 people are on. We're up, but
2 are left.
they scored 4 runs. There's a lot of game left. That's what the guys are saying. Well, that's going to bring Southeast up this half of the inning. And you know what? SCTV, Southeast High School Television, would like to recognize one of our proud new business partners, Cody's Roadhouse Grill, for the support of all the instant replays tonight. And Cody's would like to treat the Seminole Nation. SCT would also like to recognize its new business partners, Mott & Associates, financial planners of Bradenton. CEO Mike Mott is a Southeast graduate and a proud supporter of SCTV. If you'd like to know more about the financial services that Mott & Associates offer, simply find their contact information by Googling Mott & Associates, Bradenton, Florida. We encourage everyone who's watching tonight to like the SCTV Facebook page at facebook.com/SEHS Television, and to send it on to your family and friends. You get updates on all the SCTV broadcasts for the Seminole Nation. Not only will SCTV be broadcasting live sporting events in the future, but also music department concerts and special award ceremonies. So like us on Facebook, and I think, Coach John, you were talking about that Teacher
Choice Awards.
Choice Awards, which I don't know a lot about, but you still do. That's at 6:30 on Thursday, is that correct?
That's correct. Right here in our auditorium behind the baseball field. You're welcome to come and see it live. Each teacher will be at the podium for no longer than a minute.
Good.
Mr. Brooks has told us all. And as soon as we can get that minute in, a kid gets a nice award and a memory from his or her 4 years here at Southeast.
So like us on Facebook so you can keep abreast of what's happening in and around Southeast High School. That's facebook.com SEHS Television. Up the plate, Cody Metter starts us off. Number 3, the right fielder.
And this pitcher, Jake Lister, is the one you were telling us about, Don. He's the senior of the staff and lefty, and it looks like he's ready to play tonight.
Starts off with a strike, and now we got 2 strikes on a foul ball. Fell back, a little low, but he was protecting up there.
Cody Metters, number 3. He's a junior for Southeast Seminole. It's a nice spot to be in, a junior, a leadoff hitter. Speed, he'll be back next year. And a good eye.
So Cody's...
he's batting .290, by the way.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah. Played in 12 games. That's quite a bit this spring. I see
doesn't
only
he also...
3 ball players that have played more games.
Yeah. Does he Is he? What else does he play besides right field? Do you know? No.
I don't. I've only seen him in the outfield.
Fouls another one off. Brings the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And ball hit to second base. And it goes 4-3.
Cody ran through the base hard,
He sure did.
a little short.
4-3, second baseman to the first baseman.
Yeah, he hit it too hard to be able to beat that out.
That's right. He hit it a little easier. He would have been on base.
Yeah,
You're right.
or hit it down third, maybe.
That brings us up Alex Quinones, the third baseman.
This boy, our Mickey Mantle, number 7, is also a junior.
Starts off with a strike. Being patient at the plate, but if Lister's throwing strikes, it's pretty tough to stay patient. And a swing, foul back for strike 2.
7 on the mound, 7 up to bat. All 7s. His batting average is .243. And he's played in the most games, 14 this year.
Wow. Pretty steady third baseman,
Yeah,
too.
I think so, too.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. That'll bring up Kevin Lyons, the shortstop.
2 down.
We're going to watch the replay right now. And look the same, strike 3.
Now batting number 9 for Southeast, Kevin Lyons.
Kevin was one of the seniors honored tonight.
Takes the first pitch for a ball. The umpire's not very demonstrative for me tonight. It's really tough to tell. Obviously, the scoreboard reflects that. He's having a hard time. That one we know is in the dirt for a ball. So it's either 2 balls and no strikes or 1-1. I'm not sure which. We'll find out shortly.
2-0, I think.
It should be, yes. Good way for Kevin to start off. Another one a little high. So that, I believe, that does bring the count to 3 balls, no strikes.
One of our better batters, Kevin bats .323. So you see why he's in the 3rd spot here tonight.
And takes the ball 4, and walks on down to first base.
And he's got a good eye, obviously.
Well, I think the pitcher was a little worried about pitching to him. You know, sometimes a pitcher, knowing the other batters, the opposing batters, will take and pitch around a batter, and I think that's what he did in that case. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Kelton Bloom. First baseman, who swings at a ball for strike 1.
A junior, also with a nice batting average of .303.
Good size. Takes a strike 2. That was kind of close, but he took it. Only takes 1. And high, pop up and short. And it's caught for out number 3. Well, at the end of the first inning, it's 4-0 Bradenton Christian. And we'll be right back after these important public service announcements. You're watching SETV Sports on SEHS TV.
is it this time? I mean, it's in the trash can. Do you see it anywhere else? Seriously, come on.
Still gives us hope, you know. He was like 30-something before he started playing. And we're back at Southeast High School baseball field.
Top of 2.
Jared Cook warming up on the mound. And coming up is for Bradenton Christian is going to be that number 1 hitter, Jake Lister, the leadoff hitter, since they batted around last inning.
Leading off for Bradenton Christian, Jake Lister, number 7.
Jake did a pretty good job of batting, only faced 4 batters, and now is coming up for the second time in this game.
Yeah, they batted around that first inning. We got to do better here in the second, Don.
Ball a little low in the dirt, and behind him for ball 1. Well, one of the things a pitcher never wants to do is get behind a batter, and especially a leadoff batter, because once you get that first guy on, that seems to cascade on down. So Jared needs to make something happen here. Ball 2.
Jake stands 6'1", 190 pounds, and they say when he's not pitching, he's quite versatile to play a number of positions on the team. I got a kick out of it when he threw that last pitch and our batter popped it up. He was already in the dugout by the time the ball came down. He was sure that kid was going to catch it at short.
Well, Jake ends up walking down to first. And again, one of the things you don't want to do with the leadoff batter is get him on base, especially because I think he's pretty fast. He showed us some speed there last inning. So now you have to. Well, they're playing him a little deep and straight away. Infielders and
Yeah.
oh, that was a very close pickoff move. Wow.
And it gets his uniform dirty. That's 2. He throws over to first.
He's
Jake's
taking a pretty big secondary lead, but what he's done is Cody
Sure.
has got him looking back right now. And he goes on the pitch, throw down, and a little late. Nice stolen base. So I guess they knew he was going, and
yeah, they tried.
I'm going to watch this one more time. Catcher throwing down. Throw was a little high, but he was in there. Notice how the shortstop kept the tag right on the runner, just in case he moved off a little bit, and that's strike 2 on the batter. Batter's Rob Abical.
Who's a sophomore?
Sophomore, huh?
Batting right. He pitches also besides playing third base.
And he just drove one
Way
foul, I believe. Yep. So there's another pitch for a strike. Keeps the count. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Those balls look good when they come off the bat, and they still end up being just a strike.
I wonder if this boy doesn't play basketball. He's wearing Jordan's number. He's 6'1".
You would be thinking that, wouldn't you?
I might just ask him at the end of the night.
And Cody steps off, checks back the runner. Runner's playing some games. It's obviously an experienced runner, Jake is. And fouls it off again. So that's 4 strikes. Unfortunately, they only count 2 of them. Rob's the third baseman. Trying to make something else happen with a runner in scoring position for Bradenton Christian.
Boy, that sun is right at the
Yeah,
tough spot. Look at the shortstop and the left fielder put their gloves in their face.
yep. It's a very difficult time of day.
Yeah, our third baseman's got shades on, but it's hitting right there at that left field line.
And there's a high fly ball going to right field. And gets under it. Makes a move to run to third, but no such movement.
Yeah,
So-
we hold him at second. That's a good thing.
So that's
1 out.
Batting number 24, AJ.
F9, one away. That's going to bring up AJ Schwing, the center fielder. Number 24 batting. And we're going to watch that out again. Little fly ball to
Camps
right
under it.
field. And makes that beautiful catch. Getting ready to stop that runner from going to third. 90 feet's a long ways to go when you're not that far away. And he takes strike one. Nice pitch by Cody.
Now this kid plays basketball. He's the tallest guy. 6'3",
Yeah.
only a sophomore.
Well, but the thing about Bradenton Christian, they have almost everybody. They play more than one sport
There you go.
when they're at Bradenton Christian.
And they have football over there nowadays. When I first came here as a youngin',
Right.
that was impossible. They've come a long way in their athletic program.
Mr. Lister still playing a little game out there at second base and takes
He's
off.
going.
And a foul. It was a hit and run. And AJ fouls it back for strike two. Now Jake is going to have to make that long walk back to second base. Takes his time going back. Cody looks in at the batter. Way ahead of him. 0-2. Can throw something a little off the plate if he wants. Looked him back twice, and he certainly wasn't going on that one. Count ball one, strike two. AJ Shrew. Oh, long drive, back, and out of the park. 2-run home run for AJ.
Wow.
Yeah, wow is right. You got all of that plus a little bit.
That was all of 350 feet. They're still chasing it out in the pavement of our parking lot.
It just missed the car out there. Just missed it. Going to watch it one more time coming up. And there you see the right fielder heading back to the fence and just watching it go out. Oh, that brings up Josh Ramsey, the second baseman. Josh was one of the runners who scored last inning. And takes the first pitch for a ball.
We're down 6-0 here in Seminole Country. It's top of the second.
Turns the bunt, squares the bunt, but pulls back for ball two. You don't see the cleanup hitter usually turning the bunt like this, so obviously they got something on him. Catcher goes out, talks with Cody. Jared, excuse me, I keep saying Cody. I'm a Jared Cook.
It's all right.
I don't know what's wrong with me. Catching for us tonight, McLean Powell behind the plate. Strike one. Brings the count 2 balls, 1 strike.
Now they're moving that car out in right field. See if, it's going to be hit.
I don't blame
I
him.
think that was a one-time shot, fella.
Ball 3. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike to Josh. Another thing is you very seldom see a second baseman as a cleanup hitter. Takes ball 4, trots down to first base. Jared having a little control
Yeah,
problem.
he sure is. I'm wondering that Brett's not going to come out there.
How long is he
bring
going
him in, yeah.
Bringing the plate up, Dalton Francis is at the plate. Throw over to first, safe. Again, looks like they're playing him straight away. He turns the bunt, but he's not going to bunt. But he turns the bunt, takes the ball low for 2 balls. Ball hit to second baseman. And gets him. A little bobble there at the end, but
Hung on to it.
hung on to it. That was a great play by Kelton.
We were man at second with 2 down.
Going to see it on replay right here. You can see that the second baseman get the ball, come in front of the shortstop, and make that throw, and first baseman hangs on to it. Very important out. Ball hit to the third. Oh, bobbled. And everybody's safe. First and third again. Well, there's 2 outs. All they need is 1 more out to get out of this inning. Up brings Jake Geis as the right fielder. Hit it to left field last time.
Coach, this is Bryson, number 3, up to bat.
Oh my God. That's just terrible.
That's all right. He's a freshman.
I'm 1 behind.
He's their catcher.
He's their catcher, yep.
That's right.
He hit it back to the pitcher last time. See if we can force him to do the same thing. Hits it to third base. Third baseman's going to go take the play at 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
5-3
about.
and
Smooth, good
we're out of the
baseball
inning. Okay, 2-run score, but looks like they got a little bit more rhythm going. I mean, there's not much you're going to do about a home run pitch. I mean, if he puts it out, he puts it out. Wow. Okay. Going to see a replay of that last play. Ball hit to the third baseman, gathers it in, makes that throw over to. Well, you're looking at the person coming home, but that doesn't count. The continuation play is going to be out at first base for the third out.
Come on, let's go, guys.
This,
Our assistant coach was out there on the sideline, giving him a little bit of a pep talk, trying to hold this thing together. I could tell by the faces of the team they were disgruntled. So we have to, we need a big inning is what we need.
well, that would certainly help. It's Dylan Clark, I believe, that was talking to everybody out there. Your head coach is Brett Andrew Jetski.
Gives me a moment to talk about the softball team that you coached down.
Softball team.
Yeah,
Is there
tomorrow
a
night.
softball team?
Districts, is it not?
Is it?
Tuesday.
Well, you know what? There's a guy who just entered the broadcast booth who might be able to answer your question. Let's see if I can get him over here. Coach Jack?
Coach Jack, this way.
Yeah, come on over here just for a second. Just for a second, if you would, please.
While you've got a minute.
Now batting for Southeast, number 19, McLean Powell.
Okay, go ahead.
What about our district team, Coach Jack? Here, use mine.
I think there's a mic there. I'm pretty sure. Okay, coming up to the plate, McLean Powell, the catcher. Number 19. And, takes a wicked cut at the ball in the first pitch for strike one. So, you were asking Coach Jack about what?
Districts. It's been a great season, but everything's on the line now. Are we home or away? When do we play? What time? Who's pitching? Oh, I know who's pitching.
Yeah, we're away tomorrow. We play Booker at Booker at 7 o'clock. They're the number 2 seed. We're the 3 seed.
Oh, strike three.
Out at first.
Just to bring you up to date, McLean Powell going down to first base on a drop third strike. Didn't quite make it. So it goes as a strikeout. That's going to bring up Blake Green, the left fielder. Another big gentleman. Okay, continue on about this softball thing.
I got to see the team last week, and this pitcher is the real deal. I was impressed. One of our best teams in school history, and this senior pitcher is the reason. Tell me about her, Jack.
Well, we just found out today that she did make the state all-star team. She doesn't know it. You guys are hearing it for the first time.
Good job, Coach Jack.
So I got
congratulations.
let her and her parents know tomorrow.
That's big. That's really big.
So I'm sure she'll be thrilled about that.
If she's listening in, she already heard it in the world of internet.
There you go. Hey, Beck, you made the state all-star team.
There you go. How about that?
If anybody
Congratulations.
deserves it, it'd certainly be her because
She was phenomenal. That team I watched her play last week. She really a good pitcher. And a good kid. We're lucky to have her.
Yeah, so, so she should get an inning or two in at the all-star game to pitch, because they'll rotate other pitchers
It's
in.
exciting.
Too.
well, that means I get to go. Well, do you know when that is?
It is in May. I don't have the exact
But
date.
it's in May?
It's in
Usually
May.
about 2 weeks after the season ends,
Right,
which means the
After
state
the
tournament.
state tournament, yeah.
right.
Up in Ocala, Coach Jack and I got to.
Forest High School.
Yes, Coach Jack and I got to go there a few years back
Yeah,
when a young lady made the All-Star team from Southeast.
Yeah, I believe that was your daughter.
I wasn't going to mention that, but yes, it was.
And she represented Southeast very well that time.
She played every pitch of every inning.
That's right. She caught 2 full games. She didn't know she was going to catch. She ended up catching 2 full games, and I think she was on base every time except once when she was up and scored a couple runs. She did
That's
good.
great, Don.
Uh,
That's wonderful. Good memories.
brings the count to 2-2 for Jared Cook. He's looking pretty good up there. Well, yeah, it was just wonderful going up there and Becca making that team is just it thrills me to death.
Yeah.
In the dirt for ball 3, brings the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
So I probably should maybe call her tonight and let her know before someone from the school says, "Hey, guess what?"
Yeah, you got to realize more people are listening to her than just her, too.
That's right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. You're telling the whole world right now. And there we got a base runner. Jared gets on the first on a walk. Second base runner for Southeast. It's going to bring up Kevin Vasquez, the second baseman.
Batting number 4, Kevin Vasquez.
Let's see if Jared can give some fits for the pitcher Lister as Lister did to him.
Now they put a pinch runner in
Oh, did they?
for Jared. That's Drew Jankowski,
Number 13, Drew Jankowski. Yep.
He's a junior and a little bit leaner than our starting pitcher. Maybe that brings speed or it gives Jared some rest.
So, Coach Jack, how are we going to do in softball tomorrow?
Well, we're planning on winning.
It's a good attitude. I like that.
And then what would really be interesting is if Lakewood can knock off Bayshore. Last time Lakewood and Bayshore played, it was 2-1. So if Lakewood knocks off Bayshore and we knock off Booker, that championship game comes back to Southeast on Thursday night.
Wow.
Boy, am I glad we didn't give up all the chalk.
Yeah, we saved some chalk and we still got sodas in the refrigerator, so we can handle another game.
Wouldn't that be exciting?
Oh yeah.
Now, how did we do against Booker? How do we look there?
Booker, we've played them tight. Unfortunately, we have lost to them both times.
Well, the seed is third, so that's understandable.
I keep remembering a word that you used to say, Coach Harder, in regards to the basketball team. You always used to say, I hate playing a team 3 times in a row.
I've been quoted on that about 32 years in a row.
Because, it's like even if you beat them twice, it's like they know you so well, and you just don't know what to expect. So
one of the more difficult things in sports, and that's going to work in our favor tomorrow night, Jack. You'll see.
That's what I keep telling the girls. We were working on it today, and let's go for it.
Yeah, I watched them last week. There's no quit in Southeast Seminole softball. They'll be fine.
Well, plus the fact
I wish
that,
it was at home. That last bat's always does something for me.
well, Booker's not that far away, and a walk to Kevin.
I know, Don, but they're still not going to give us last bats.
I like to score a lot of runs the first time.
Exactly right. That's the way you got to think, Coach Harder.
Next you guys will be telling me it's going to be the 5-inning rule.
Well, we could 10 runs.
Yeah.
Last time, just the other day, we had our shortstop hit a home run.
Yeah, that's right. Shailene cranked a 2-run homer.
Did it clear the fence?
Yep, boy, plenty.
Up the plate is Johnny Cromwell, the center fielder, back from a concussion. He's been out for several weeks. I was talking to him just before the game, and so he's all excited to be back batting ninth.
And that's a lot to do with John Carl. Our trainer is here tonight, and what a great trainer. I think we've got the best there is. And I was working on my shoulder in the training room when Johnny got the news that he could play tonight, and was he ecstatic.
All right.
Had him in class. He's really a good boy.
He really is.
I wish he could have enjoyed more of the season, but it's part of the sport.
Swing a little ball a little too high.
You, of course, noticed my Chicago Cub, Kyle Schwarberger, 2 games into the season.
I can't even say that name.
ACL, out for the entire year. It's part of the sport.
Yeah, it's Johnny's cousin's the one who...
and the ball gets away from the catcher, moves on down to second and third.
who I give pitching lessons to. And so she's planning on coming to Southeast here in a year or 2.
Oh, boy, that's good news, huh?
So she's a good little pitcher. She plays travel ball, so so that family is helping the softball, baseball program out a lot.
One of the problems with both the baseball and softball teams is that they don't really have those feeder systems. And ball outside brings the count full. They don't have those feeder systems, but they still get some really great athletes that come to Southeast. Swing and a miss. Strikes him out for the 3rd out. Unfortunately, Strands 2 runners at the plate. Okay. At the end of 2 innings, the score was 6-0 Bradenton Christian. We'll be right back after this important public service announcement. You're watching SCTV Sports on SEHS TV. Welcome back to the Southeast baseball field. My director keeps hassling me about my headsets, but I'll tell you what, we have a great night, a great baseball game. I don't care what the score is. Tonight is the night where baseball is just perfect. You got a 80-degree temperature or whatever the temperature is right now, just absolutely perfect. Humidity's not even that bad tonight. So yes, it's 6-0 against my hometown team of Southeast, but it's a beautiful night, and it's a great night for baseball. Let's see what Let's see what Jared Cook can do up at the pitcher's mound. Starts us off with a strike.
Aaron McDaniel, number 17.
Aaron McDaniel, number 17 is correct. Batting the 7th spot, he's the catcher for Bradenton Christian. Fouls one off for strike 2. Well, you know, it is only the 3rd inning, Coach. It was very nice. Bryson Rogers just taking that and swings at the next pitch, fouling it off third base side, out of bounds, out of play. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes on Aaron. See what Jaren's going to throw here. And another foul back. Bryce Rogers. Bryson Rogers is taking a ball, brings the count full. Oh, excuse me. 2-2, not 3-2, 2-2.
And as long as we're excusing ourselves, this is Noah Metcalf at the bat.
Okay.
And they had a screen saver that said it was number 17, Aaron McDaniel, but it's not Aaron.
Let's watch that 3rd strike right there. Ooh, nice looking pitch right at the knees as it goes across the plate. Falls out after that, but
Noah Metcalf, number 2,
this brings up
is out. Now Aaron's out.
number 17, Aaron McDaniel. So we had a substitute last inning.
There's 1 out.
And a drive to,
Hard hit.
and he's safe.
Pulled him off.
That's the 2nd time. He must have some speed. He got down that line
he
really
does.
quick.
That's why they bat him lead off. He's been on all 3 times.
Now batting number 23, Rob
Brings up
Aircow.
Rob Abacal, number 23, the 3rd baseman. If I'm mispronouncing your name, Rob, I apologize. Abacal, I believe, is the way it's pronounced. Fouls one off down third base line. Third base coach just picks it up and tosses it over to the pitcher. Soft hands. What's wrong? Hit right to the shortstop, who backhands it, throws it to, a little off second base. Throws it to third, caught, safe at third. Have these runners at first and third.
Now batting number 24, A.J. Shuey.
Gets on a fielder's choice, but either way, puts runners at first and third again. Again, a tough situation, especially with your number 3 hitter coming up, A.J., the center fielder. How tall is A.J., Coach Harder?
He's 6'3". He plays basketball. I know he does.
I just looked over there and realized he was
In
taller than the umpire.
the 10th grade. My goodness.
Yeah, I was 6'3" at 10th grade.
Is that right?
I'm now 5'8". But I was 6'3", and no, I wasn't. I'm lying about that. Oh, shot into center field. And it's going to fall in.
That is the gap. That's exactly what they call the gap.
That's going to take, goes for a double. It's going to score 2 runs. Well, I always said that number 3 hitter is the one you really want to watch,
Yeah.
and
He's
he obviously put a charge into that
a
one.
strong boy at 195 for his frame. And the Bradenton Christian Panthers brought a lot of fans tonight. I hear them cheering down below.
Well, we got a lot to cheer about
Yeah,
tonight.
we're down, Southeast is down 8-zip. Come on, Jared. 2 down.
Fouled off, foul back. Everybody's looking for the ball.
Nice fastball right down the middle.
Top of the third, 2 away. Runners on first and third. Second and third, excuse me. First and second. Just second. Just second, excuse me. God. I'm having a rough time.
Oh, there's a lot going on here, Don. We now have Cindy Reese in the house, our business teacher, taking photographs up here,
Sydney Reese is taking pictures.
supporting the boys.
Oh, right.
In charge of our business school, quite a good teacher
Pitch
and fan.
a little outside for ball 1. Ball 2. Count brings the count 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Runner on second. And low for
Yeah,
ball
that
2.
ball is low. Flag barely moving out in center field. Not a lot of wind tonight.
Again, perfect conditions for a baseball
Just
game.
beautiful. I used to say, beautiful day for a ball game.
Ooh, strike. Rounds it out. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the batter.
For you and me, Cindy Reese, every day's a beautiful day at Southeast.
Sydney Reese is here?
Cindy Reese, can you believe it?
Well,
In the press box.
I'm pretty darn honored. And there's a shot out in left field. And falls in. Play's coming in. Third baseman tries to cut it off, but doesn't. So the runner's going to go to second on that. So we got him on a single and a fielder's choice. So he goes to second. Let's watch this one more time. Oh, high. I don't know how he got a hold of that. It was nice and he tomahawked it almost. And coming home to score.
Blake Green made a good hustle play on that. He had to throw in and frustrated out in left field. But no one's more frustrated than our senior star, Jared Cook.
That's too bad, but he's coming out. And coming in to pitch for us is Kyle Metters, number 2, right-hander. We've seen him pitch before. I believe he pitched last game we
Yeah, he did.
broadcast, right?
Kyle's long and lean. He's a sophomore.
Well, about right now, you're going to try just about anything you can.
This is Cody's brother, of course. Lucky to have the Metters.
Once a sophomore, once a junior, I believe.
Yeah.
If you want that. Yeah. Public address announcers trying to wing it tonight.
Well, I didn't know I was going to be doing this until after. If I'd known, I would have at least brought my glasses.
Well, in case you need some readers, I happen to have them right here. Huh? I guess somebody else needs them.
Now pitching for Southeast, number 2, Kyle.
All right, Kyle, let's go. We have 2 down.
Speaking of which, well, we got a second there. Who are the captains on the Southeast team? Do you have those?
They were introduced in the senior night. Alex, Kevin,
Alex
and
Quinones?
Johnny.
Oh, right. Johnny Cromwell?
That's
Okay.
correct.
I didn't realize that. And
And the
Kevin
captains were
Lyons?
chosen by the team, from what I understand.
oh, that's great.
Now the coaches take that responsibility on, but our new young coach let the team decide the captain, from what it looks like.
Well, Mr. Metters has the first 2 balls up there, trying to loosen up a little bit. Take 5 or 7 warm-up pitches, and then you try to stretch out that arm, but it's a little difficult when you're just coming in like that. And ball 3. Bring you up to date. We got a run around second, 2 outs. 9-0 Bradenton Christian. 3 balls, no strikes.
Kevin Vasquez coming in to give some encouragement to our young pitcher.
And walks the first batter. But we had a space open at first base to put him.
Yeah, we've got a chance now to get anybody out at any base except home.
Now you got to force a 3. 3, 2, and 1, as they say.
I'm taking roll in government class at the start of each period, and that Kevin Vasquez, it's baseball, baseball, baseball. He's quite a good kid, our second baseman, and he's all about this high school. He makes me proud every day. We had our senior prom this past Friday, and
Did you go to the
Kevin,
senior prom?
I did, and saw a lot of these boys dressed in their tuxedos. And it was quite encouraging. It was a great prom.
Nobody invited me.
Barbara Kenny is our sponsor, and Jim Pauly, of course, oversees it. And each year it gets better and better. We're lucky to have that crew.
There's a ball back to the pitcher.
That
He's
should do
gonna toss out. Not easy, but he tossed them out. For
Nice
round
job,
3.
Kyle. Got us out of the inning, huh? 9-0
Wow.
as we go to the top of 4.
We encourage everyone who's watching. Well, let's watch that replay here. A little high bouncer. Kind of tossed it a little high, but plenty of time to get him out. We encourage everyone who's watching tonight to like the SETV Facebook page at facebook.com/SEHS television and to send it on to your family and friends. You'll get updates of all the SETV broadcasts for the Seminole Nation. Not only will SETV be broadcasting live sporting events in the future, but also music department, concerts, and special award ceremonies. So like us on Facebook so you can keep abreast of what's happening in and around Southeast High School. That's facebook.com/SEHS television.
Well, Jake is still on the mound. I don't know if that's a good sign or not. We're in the 4th inning. He's thrown a lot of pitches, but he's in total control. I'm sure they're going to want him to finish if he can. I would think their district is a week away, so it's not like he won't get enough rest before their district opener.
Speaking of districts, I believe Southeast will be playing a district game coming up shortly. I don't know exactly when, but I know they're going to be in the districts.
Yeah, it usually follows softball pretty close.
And high to the batter, number 3, Cody Metters. Strike one, down the middle. Cody's looking at each pitch very carefully.
Yeah, he was taking on that.
Yeah.
Was hoping for a 2-0 count, but
And that's a little low for ball two.
we need a big inning here at Seminole Field.
And ball three. Bringing that to a hitter's count. 3 balls, 1 strike. You always like to have that as a hitter. You can just wail on this if you want. If you miss it, well, just 2 strikes. And or you can take it for a walk. And when you're down this much, you kind of want to get some runners on base.
Yeah, we need a big inning.
That's gonna bring up Alex Quinones. Quinones, number 7, is the third baseman. Alex been around quite a while, done a great job for Southeast. And way high for ball one. You know, when the pitcher starts throwing like this, you want to just let him throw. You don't want to make a pitcher out of him. You want to take and let him find his groove, not give it to him. And that's, we call that a strike. I think it was a little high. And out goes the catcher to talk to him because he realized that too. The ball player, Alex, is kind of asking the umpire about that pitch. I think he just missed it. Runner on first, no outs. Alex Quinones at the plate.
Either way, I think this umpire's already had dinner.
You think he's already had dinner? He's not that hungry. Little play at first, safe.
He's missed a couple that we would have called.
Okay.
Nobody out. 1-1. Runner at first. And Jake is taking his time out there, and he throws back to first.
Wow. Oh, again. In safe.
Jake's already had dinner also.
I don't think they believe Cody Metters is going to. They really think he's going to run. If he gets any closer to first. You know, it's tough for the runner. And no pitch.
I don't know. He's thrown down there 3 times. There is the balk rule, you know. That's 4 throws. How many do you get? Do you know, Don?
As many as you want.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
I guess on the 85th, you get a delay a game. Pitch coming home, and also really high, like up above the eyes. That's very unusual because the way he's been pitching the last few innings, he's just been unhittable. And now he feels the pressure of Cody on first base, I believe. And another ball down in the dirt, and he comes in safely. Throw gets by the second baseman.
In scoring position.
Backed up by the shortstop, though, but that does put a runner in scoring position with no outs. First time tonight. No outs. Alex with still that 3-1 count. Swing and a miss. Good looking cut, though. Good looking cut. I guess if you're going to swing, you might as well swing one like that. Those outfielders are playing in quite a bit. He would have put it right over their heads. And strike 3. Still runner on second base in scoring position. And we're going to see a replay of that. I hate seeing a replay of my third call, third strike, but we'll take it. That brings up Kevin Lyons, shortstop. And he drives one out to center field. That goes over the center fielder's head.
We've got a run in the game.
That's going to score a run on a double by Kep. Oh,
Take third.
safe at third. Build right under that tag for a little excitement for Southeast. That was a great dive.
Listen to the dugout underneath us here in
That
the
was
press
a
box.
great dive, though. I mean, we're going to see this again, I hope. Ah, yes. There's the double right over the center fielder's head. Though he gathers it rather quickly, gets a quick throw in. And then the throw is coming home. I don't know why he's coming home, because we knew it would be too late.
Yeah.
That allowed Kevin to go to third.
Yeah, that was a solid double with a taking third on the throw.
Brings up Kelton Brown. Blom is taking the first ball for a strike.
Now we only have one out still. So.
One out, runner on third. Oh, swing and a miss. Strike two. Looks like Kelton is trying to put it right over the fence, too. And a swing and a miss for strike three.
Hey, do it yourself here, Sam. Here, go.
That's going to bring up the catcher, McLean Powell. McLean is struck out last time up, but he also has quite a few good cuts on the plate. Swinging a ball in the dirt. Again, it looks like they're up there and they just want to do so much. They're down by quite a few runs and they want to just get it all back at once rather than take their time and just chip away. Ball a little high. Makes the count even. One ball, one strike.
Way to frame that. That a boy. Good job, 3. Help your pitcher out there. That a boy.
And a little high on ball 2. See, this is what I'm talking about. You just wait, but don't make him a pitcher. If he's having troubles, locating his pitch, just let him keep pitching. Don't take it swing at anything out of the zone. And again, there's something out of the zone. And here he comes home. And he slides and he's called out at home.
Oh boy. I can see a replay of that. It was hard to tell from up here.
It looked like he was safe to me, but hey, you never know. Well, anyway, doesn't make any difference. The runs doesn't count. We got a replay of this, and this is just a great play. Ball gets away from the catcher. He doesn't know quite where it is. Pitcher's coming in to take the call. You're right. It's just a really close play, so I can't tell either. Well, at the end of the 4th inning, the score is 9-1. At least Southeast chipped away, getting one. We'll be right back after this important public service announcement. You're watching SCTV Sports on SEHS TV.
It all adds up. Clean up after yourself. It's not that hard.
Well, we're back here in Bradenton, and you know what's nice about this, Coach Harder? The sun has gone down. So you were talking earlier about everybody having to shade their eyes with a glove or their hands. Well, that's gone. Now the only thing out there is the lights, and so that the outfielders, at least, they're not staring into that sun.
And we've got a ground crew that gives us the joy of baseball. That green grass, the Seminole head right behind second base, the American flag flying. Look at the supporters out there in right field with all the signs, and a good turnout tonight. Ernie at the gate, our AD Dan Bradshaw, everybody loves this school, and it's a great night for baseball. So proud of the seniors, class of 2016. They had their pizza party before the game, and the mom came out and got the flowers. And good night all the way around. Score is what I'm worried about right now. We're in the fifth. We're down 9-1.
It's only 8 runs.
Yeah.
It's only 8 runs.
Fourth inning, top of 4.
Yep, top of the 4th.
Let's go, Kyle.
First pitch for a ball from Kyle Metters. And hit to the third baseman. Oh, bounces off his glove, so he's going to get in there for a one base error. I was trying to catch his number. Is that number 7?
It's number 3. It was up,
okay.
yeah.
I couldn't figure out who that was. That's Mr. Rogers. You know Mr. Rogers? You ever see that show?
I think it was a little before my time,
What?
Don.
I don't think it was before your time, young man.
We know he's no longer on the air.
Bryson Rogers gets on, and I believe a pinch runner came in for him.
Yeah, must have been.
Up at the plate.
He was a freshman.
Up at the plate is Mr. Meekoff, also a sophomore.
Come on, no, you got this. Your pitch, son.
Man on first, nobody out.
Men at first, nobody out. 9-1's the score. We're in the top of the 4th.
And we're an hour and 17 minutes into the ball game.
Ooh, nice pitch by Kyle Metters. Had him swinging way ahead of that. It must have taken something off it. Way to get ahead of him. No balls, 1 strike on the batter. And down to second. Perfect backup by the shortstop, though. Saves the runner from advancing any further. But he does get down to in scoring position. Mr. Meekoff counts 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on second, no outs. It's 1 foul down the third baseline.
Hey, that's a good stroke, kid. Come on now.
That means 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes on Mr. Meekoff.
Kyle Metters, young right-hander on the mound. Just in the 10th grade, and he comes in a key spot to replace Jared Cook.
Bats off, asking for another ball. Runner doesn't look like he's doing much at second. Oh, good looking pitch, and strikes him out for that first out. He needed that.
Yeah,
pitch.
we sure did, Don. Runner stays at second. Here comes a replay.
Now this replay I don't mind looking at. What a beautiful pitch, just going in there off the outside corner. Just enough. He couldn't pull the trigger on that one. That brings up Aaron McDaniel.
Number 17.
Aaron McDaniel hit it to third base for the first time up.
Aaron, like most of their team, is an underclassman. In the 10th grade, he stands 5'8". Playing short.
So I'd look him straight in the eye if I was standing right across from him. That makes me feel good, Coach Harder.
That's a good point, but you were a catcher. You got to remember you looked at most people.
Drives the ball
people's
solidly
knees.
into left field, and it gets by the left fielder, and that's going to score a run, and that's going to allow Aaron to go to second.
Blake Green brings it into our shortstop. That was hit hard. Kyle taking a deep breath.
Yes, that was hit very hard. Well, that should bring up Jake Lister again, and it does. Number 7.
I got to think this is his 4th time, and it's the 4th inning.
It is. You are correct.
My
He comes up every, just comes up every inning. Ball 1. Bring you up to date. We got a runner on second. We got 1 out and 1 ball, no strikes on the batter. Takes a ball for a strike. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch was again on the outside corner. Not much he could have done with it anyways, even if he did hit it. That one high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike on Mr. Lister, who's been on base all 3 times, scored all 3 times. Got on a single, a walk, and an error. And swings at the pitch to bring the count even to 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Kyle can be deceptive with that sidearm.
He's fooling me.
Yeah,
he's
he
doing
wings it in
very
there.
well out there.
Coach Brett's got a future here with this boy.
Ball 3. He had him really looking at that too.
Yeah, he's pitching against their best player.
Jake,
as far as I'm concerned.
Jake started to pull away, and it wasn't that close to him. Here comes the payoff pitch, 3-2. Little inside for ball 4, and again, Jake Lister is on base. That puts runners up first and second. Still only 1 out. A little low with ball 1. They've been shuffling people in and out, but I think this is still Rob Arakel. That's sophomore from Bradenton Christian. And again, Bradenton Christian just has multi-athletes. They play basketball, they play baseball, they play football, they're all over. Ball 2. Kyle needs to come in a little bit more with some strikes, and that was 1 right there.
Yeah, we have a good chance for a double play if we can keep this ball on the ground.
You got to force it 3.
Get out of the inning.
2. And the ball hit.
That's what I was talking about.
Just
yeah.
beautiful.
Did I call that one or what?
You know what? You were a genius. I can't believe this. That is just amazing that you knew that was going to happen.
If I stay at this long enough, I might end up being the color commentator for my Cubs. You never know.
You never know. That's right. You can dream, young man. You can dream.
Jack Brickhouse had that dream.
All right.
Here we got a replay on this great play. This is one of the best plays of the evening. Steps right on third and makes that long throw to first to get him out. And look at the first baseman. First baseman stretching out there, making that nice play. It's just he didn't have to do anything else. That was wonderful.
I want to go back to the first inning and put that play in there. It might be a different ball game.
Oh, it'd be a tremendously different ball game.
We fumbled through those first 2 innings, but Looked good there.
Well, they allowed 4 runs that first inning based on exactly that. They had a double play, would have been all over. That's going to bring up Blake Green, I believe, for Southeast. I believe.
One of my principals, George Schreier, just came into the booth, tried to get the mic on him, but he wouldn't have any part of it. So many people here that sponsor our team that just go unnoticed, and he's one of those hard-working assistant principals.
Had I seen him, I would have put the strong arm on him. You could have collared him.
I don't know. He's pretty wiry, that guy.
He is pretty wiry.
Still a great athlete. I see him in the gym all the time shooting hoops. Good guy.
Well, Jake Lister's still on the mound in the bottom of the 4th. Count now 10 ball runs to 1 run for Southeast. But up comes.
So what's happening to Kyle?
This brings up 19, McLean Powell, the catcher. Good size, good size.
And he took that pitch. That was a nice curveball, and he was just looking. Again, Jake Lister is not letting up. That one just missed the corner.
1 ball, 1 strike. And a little low for ball 2. And again, Jake isn't really looking like the pitcher he was in the first 3 innings. He's starting to tire, I think. Ooh, good pitch. Ball, strike 2. Just when I say he's starting to tire, he throws a beautiful pitch right in there. I don't know if they have a gun on him, but he's pitching probably in the 80s. Ooh, high. Ball 2.
And I hope someone in their dugout is doing the pitch count on these young arms. I didn't bring a pencil and an eraser to keep track, but he's thrown a lot of pitches.
He certainly has. Though he did have a couple easy innings there,
that's true.
First and second. So, but he has. It doesn't make any difference. Just 3 batters, and that's a lot of pitches. In this case, the last few batters, for instance, McLean, he saw 4 balls before the runner got thrown out, so he saw 4 balls. And in the dirt again, bringing the count full, 3-2. He's pitched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pitches in the last 2 innings to the same batter. And a swing and foul back, going to make it 11. That's just on McLean Powell.
I sit at the truck quite often, and one of the things I watch is that pitch count. You see it out there in the outfield all the time, how many pitches each pitcher throws, and we don't have that set up here yet. But I'm sure their coach is keeping track of his arm.
Ball 4.
He looked like he was favoring his hamstring a little bit in the last inning. Not a real limp, but he was stretching it. So.
Yeah, I knew that's what I thought. They're bringing in a pitch runner. Number 14, Devin Stewart, is coming in to run for McLean Powell.
Devin Street.
Quite a talk out there. Coach is coming out to go, hey, he's obviously, Coach Perkins has noticed exactly what we've noticed up here, that his pitching has changed an awful lot, and he's going to take him out, I believe.
See, there is a little bit of a limp there. I saw it.
Yeah.
He's getting a good hand from the crowd.
Yeah, well deserved.
Yeah, that's for sure. Here in the press box also.
Let's see who they're going to bring in to pitch for Bradenton Christian. I know they had a senior relief pitcher that we talked about earlier.
Now they're going to leave Jake in the ball game.
Yeah.
He's coming out to first base. and they've got quite a crew there in the dugout, so they must want to keep him in for the senior leadership. I'm sure he's the team captain, and
This is
he's earned this ball game.
This is AJ Shu, sophomore, number 24. Long, lanky gentleman.
Coach, while we've got a minute to
Yes,
watch him
absolutely.
warm up, I've been wanting to announce all night long a very, very sad and inspirational day for Southeast today. The football coach prior to Paul Meckley, by the name of Ed Woodward, passed during the night. Coach Woody, to all Seminole fans, was just a great, great educator and friend to so many, many in the community. Coach Woody had cancer and fought it very, very hard. This past year, I talked to him on the phone just 2 weeks ago, and Coach Meckley was with him there to the end. It was a tough loss for our family, and I hope everybody remember the blessings he's given this school. Jim Pauley was telling me the other night at prom that Ed Woodward was the man that hired him. His first teaching assignment here in Bradenton was a summer school assignment that Coach Woody gave to him, and now he's the principal of this high school. So the passing last night of Ed Woodward, great, great coach and friend to all. I'm going to miss him terribly, and I know all of you will too. So,
Well, may he rest in peace. Thank you very much for mentioning that. Woody was well known throughout the area. Okay, back to the game. We got Blake Green up there. Takes first pitch for a strike. Blake Green, the left fielder. Strapping young man. Hits the ball to the second baseman. Safe at first, but
forced out at second.
I want a replay on that play at second. He looked like he was off the base when he grabbed that ball, but either way, he's out. I mean, that call is that call. That would be one I'd like to have I'd like to see a replay on it, and here we are. Let's watch. Let's see if this. Oh, went off camera. We can't see it. So we're going to have to assume that the umpire knew what he was talking about. So what? He's out on a fielder's choice, and
our coach Brett went out there to complain about the same thing.
Is that right?
In the major leagues, don't they call that the incidental or proximity rule? Or
very good.
Thank you.
You know some stuff here. I didn't realize that, Coach Harder. My gosh, I'm impressed. Not too many people know that. And a swing and a miss for the first pitch to Jared Cook. The new rule of sliding into second is just amazing to me. That first of all, you have to slide into second, and you can't go in really trying to break up the double play like we always did when we were growing up. Now they have to keep it a little calmer, and
thanks to Chad Utley.
Thanks to a broken leg as well.
I was watching that game that night, and I'd never seen sportsmanship like that. That was way, way overboard.
I was watching that same game, and I agree with you.
I'd never seen anything that extreme.
Well, I know I've seen a lot.
He stayed on the base. He was safe.
I've seen a lot of runners go way out of their way to break up that double play. So that's not going to happen anymore, especially due with instant replay as much as they have it now.
And I'm okay on that.
You know, it's kind of interesting, instant replay. Just things that you go, if you're a homer, you go, no, he's safe, he's out, or whatever the case might be. Well, now we realize with instant replay that, yeah, the umpire was probably right. And the fact that, they're willing to change after the instant replay, they're willing to change too, so That's great. Okay, Jared, let's get it going here. 3 balls, 1 strike. Takes a pitch, brings the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We got 1 runner on. We got 1 out. Jared's gonna drive one right here. I can feel it. Well, he hits it high. He hits it high to the second.
First baseman takes care of that. Jake Lister.
You know,
That's why they left him out there.
I don't like that. What's Jake doing? He should have let the second baseman take that. Second baseman had lost it totally in the lights. He could have dropped it, but no. Jake has to go in there and corral that one in.
That's why they left him out there. Senior Lord.
So that leaves a run around first with 2 outs now.
Jake's going to do what he can to protect this game.
Braden and Christian up 10-1.
And that is with only 1 earned run in 4 innings tonight.
Bottom of the 4th. Little ball outside.
It's my boy, Kevin Vasquez.
Kevin Vasquez fouls it off. Second base. Kevin's the second baseman for Southeast. Batting in the 8th spot.
Another one of my boys on first base, Blake Green. His father played great football at this high school. Father like son.
Oh, swing and a miss.
Hey, let's go, Kevin.
Strike 2.
Bear down now, buddy.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Kevin. They're definitely not going to have anybody steal.
Straight down, straight down.
See, even on a pitch they got away. I got a little thing. Once the catcher turns their back, you need to go to second. But in this case, it might be a good idea not to take that chance. Especially when you're down a few runs. You need more than.
And there's 2 outs.
And there's 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Kevin. Oh, high for ball 3. Brings the count full. Now he's got to come in on it. Kevin knows it. This is the pitch he's been waiting for. If you know the pitcher's got to come in with a strike, then you can just sit on it.
Blake's going.
And he did, and he swung and missed. Wow. Well, now it brings us at the end of the 4th inning. The score is 10-1. Braden and Christian. We'll be right back after these important public service announcements. You're watching SCTV Sports on SEHS TV.
Where's that homework at?
I don't have any homework.
I know you got the homework. Man, we know you do. You do have it. Next time, you won't be so lucky.
And never be afraid to tell an adult. I always do. I run right to an adult and I tell them. Well, welcome back to the baseball field of Southeast High School. We're in lovely Bradenton, Florida, under the lights now, in a game that's been going on for quite a little while. And considering that we're on the top of the 5th.
1 hour and 40 minutes to be exact.
1 hour and 40 minutes, I've been told by my color announcer. And
who's not had supper yet?
He has not had supper. He's getting rather feisty over here just because his stomach is growling.
I thought they'd deliver pizza up here by now.
Pitching for Southeast this inning is going to be Jack Fletcher. Jack is number 12. I don't know what his record is, but he's been, that's the 3rd pitcher for Southeast. So if nothing else, the pitchers are going to get a workout. Coach gets to see him and do. Remember, this is a non-district game, so it really other than that, we always want to win. It doesn't really mean anything as far as the standings go.
But still, for a freshman to be in this position, that's encouraging for the Seminoles.
But the plate, AJ number 24, Shui, is going to be at bat. He's the center fielder. Takes the first pitch and fouls it back for strike one. Looks like the temperature's cooling off just a little bit, going down into the high 70s. But the humidity factor must be fairly low because it seems very comfortable compared to many nights here in Florida. Ball one, high and outside.
Left my jacket in the truck, so you got to let me know if this goes on too long. It might get too cold.
That's why I always bring a jacket, no matter what.
Well, then I'll wear yours.
It's going to go down to like 75 tonight. And a swing and foul back for strike two. Brings the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes on AJ. AJ lit up the scoreboard with a double up over center field fence, or not over the fence, but over the center fielder's head.
I think some of the alumni that are listening up in the north or the Midwest are tired of us talking about the weather, Don. So we better drop it for the night.
Okay. No, I don't think so. I'm proud of where I live. I'm proud to be in Bradenton, Florida. I'm proud to be in Southeast, and I'm proud that it's 78 degrees right now. Okay, coming up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a drive into center field again. It's going to fall in.
That's
for a
over the
single.
head of Vasquez. He couldn't get to it, but he gave it what he had. Brings it in quick to our young pitcher. Holding him at first.
Now batting number 8.
Nobody out.
Josh Ramsey's coming up to the plate, and I still can't get over the fact that this is a second baseman who's batting cleanup. I'm just not used to that. Usually your second baseman is the smaller, shorter guy, and one who's quick and is able to turn a double play. Third base, goes to second, and gets the force at second. Unfortunately, can't make the double
Beautiful
play.
throw from third.
But that was a
well
wonderful
covered.
throw. Yep, I agree.
We got that.
So Josh is on a
First
fielder's
big out.
choice and 1 away.
Now batting number 12.
Dalton Francis is up next, the left fielder. Dalton reached on an error by the third baseman. He's been on 3 different times also. So let's see what number 12 here can do is Jack Fletcher. Jack working from the windup, throws over to first. Got a little hitch in his swing, or in his throw over to first. And takes the first pitch for a ball. Well, Jack, let's see if you can get a few outs here. Fly ball.
Pop up.
Runner got back to first in plenty of time, but it was close.
2 down.
2 away. That's going to bring up Jake Geis.
Now batting number 10, Jake
Geese, not Geis. Geese. Oh, even my enunciation is off tonight. I don't know what's going on. It's just...
And you haven't even tried our head coach's last name.
No, hold it. I know our head coach's last name.
I've been waiting all night for you to say it.
I have said it already. I don't want to force it a ball into left field. It's going to, for another single, it's going to put Mr. Geis on first. Puts runners on first and second with Bryson Rogers coming up to the plate.
So what's his name, Don?
What do you mean, what's his name? I know his name.
3, Bryson Rover.
Yeah, Brett. Out of Purdue.
What his middle name is Andrew. No.
Andrzejewski.
He always tells me it's pronounced jet ski, like the jet ski. You know jet ski?
Yeah, Krzyzewski.
I know, but I'm talking to Brett himself, and he told me it should be. Oh, we got a hit. That's going to load the bases.
I think the kids call him Coach A, do they not?
Yeah, he'd certainly make it a lot easier. Brett Andrzejewski is just a very nice gentleman, wonderful coach here. And again, I talked about this last game, but there's a lot of talent here at Southeast, and it seems like a new blood and a new era, and it may take a few years to build this up, but it really seems like he's got something going.
Now batting number 13, Caldwell.
Speaking of the man, he's out there on the mound now talking to his young freshman. With the bases loaded and 2 down.
And coming into bat is Jay Caldwell.
He leaves him in to pitch to Caldwell.
Well, I think he just went out there, tried to get him settled down. You got runners on bases loaded. What are you going to do? You're going to have to come in with some strikes. You can't walk this guy because there's no place to put him. So you need to take your time and go for anything, because there's a play at any base. You know.
Oh, they're leaving that left field line way open.
Well, a left-hander, obviously they think he's going to pull the ball.
He had better.
Ooh, ball 1, just outside. Yeah, they're...
he swings late. He could round the bases before Blake gets to it.
You being a big Chicago Cub fan, you know Joe Madden does this all the time with this shift.
The shift, there you go. Speaking of the Cubs.
Ball's hit to... Little bobble by the shortstop. Will drive in a couple runs. And leaves runners at first and second with 2 outs.
Oh, boy.
We're going to see this on the replay. I don't really want to, but we're going to be... There he comes home. We see him coming home. And the second run following right behind him. And now we're up to number 9 hitter, Aaron McDaniels, who hits at the shortstop, takes it himself for the 4th out at second for the 3rd out. Unfortunately, they scored a couple runs that inning. But, well, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I think that was an error on our shortstop, and that let the 2 runs in, and now it's puts that much more pressure on us. Bottom of the 5th, we've got to score.
You know, the thing is, I don't know if everybody's aware of this, but there is the mercy rule in baseball, and if after 5 you're down by 10 runs, that's the end of the game. So they need to get at least 3 runs. 2 runs at least to keep this game going. So that's what they have to do. We're going to start off with Johnny Cromwell, a senior here at Southeast, hitting in the 9th spot. So it's going to be 9-1-2 coming up.
Good boy, our Johnny. He can start us off. He's another one of my government favorites. He's a good boy. Missed a lot of the season, so he's looking forward to the playoffs now.
You know what's tough is you get a concussion like he got, and you really don't know how bad it is. You can only go by what the trainer or the doctor says, and but you have to go through that protocol where you have to be tested, and they have a baseline test that they start with, but you have to go through and be tested and be able to pass that before you're allowed to come back. The great thing is that stops a lot of people from getting a 2nd or 3rd concussion or making it worse.
Especially what we've been following in the NFL and the movie that Will Smith put out. It's when it shortens your life or gives you problems on the tail end, you don't want that. This is high school sports, and These kids are still growing, for one.
Yeah, which is, they're even more susceptible to a concussion, that bad things could happen, whereas they're, ooh, a drive right up
That's
the
what I
middle.
told you. Johnny's been waiting for this, right up the middle. That's a clean base hit.
What a great way to end his regular season career as a senior.
Now batting.
Yeah, well, those concussions, you know, you look at boxers and how much
Oh, boy.
they have to go through, and how many people are just, well, look at Muhammad Ali, look at, you name it. You name the boxer, they all have some kind of problems. And so it's tough to get out while getting's good for them. And the NFL, of course, you have that tremendous lawsuit that the NFL is trying to settle. And you know, in baseball it can happen. I've been hit in the head a couple times, and that's probably why I'm enunciating the way I am.
I don't know about that, Don, but if you've ever been awakened in the middle of the night with a headache, let's just start with 2 aspirin. I mean, it's hard. Headaches are painful.
They sure are. Well, Southeast has got something going. You got a runner on first. And the top of the lineup up here, we got Cody Metters up to start us off. He's the leadoff batter normally with a runner on. So count 2 balls, 1 strike.
How about that Stanton with his
And
head problems down at Miami?
He didn't get hit? Oh, I thought he got hit. Either way, Johnny goes down to second on the pass ball.
Yeah, I didn't think Stanton would ever play ball again when I saw how hard he was hit with that ball.
Oh, you're absolutely
Miami.
right. You're absolutely
Great
right.
ball player. And he's come back full, they say.
Yep.
But it's not long till the pitcher's wearing a helmet out there, mandatory. The coaches are already now in headgear that we never saw when we were young.
They're testing out a couple different helmets.
Yeah, I
right
saw
now.
that. And that's good. Keep this game alive.
Oh, I love baseball. I love football. I love all sports. But you know, if it's going to ruin your life, you know, from the time you're 40 and up, that's just not
Now
worth
batting
it.
number 7, Alex Quinones.
Alex is coming up with 2 men on, no outs, and this is exactly what I was talking about. We need two runs to come in order to prolong this game, if nothing else.
And who goes out to calm their pitcher? None other than Jake Lister. And they were smiling, so Jake's got a bit of advice for him.
Well, one of the things you
we'll
want to
see.
do with your pitcher is get them to relax a little bit, and telling them to relax isn't going to help. Ooh. But you know, you get him maybe a little joke or something like that, and suddenly he starts. The sweat comes off his brow, and he can start making some good pitches. Southeast in a good position, and pops it up, and second baseman takes it, and for the first out. Runners stay at first and second.
Now batting number 9, Kevin Lyons.
Actually, that should have been a infield fly roll anyways. So infield fly should have put him out anyway. So he's probably out before he ever caught it.
Kevin Lyons. He had the tough finish last inning at short. What a better time for him to come up and take care of business.
Well, he's been on base a couple times. So, you know, his bat is carrying him. Shortstop is the toughest position
Yeah, it
to
is.
play.
No better way to forget an error than yank a double out there and keep this game alive.
Shortstop, you're playing way back there, almost to the grass, and he's got a long throw. You got, swinging him, foul back. Makes the count 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. Southeast trying to prolong this game. Get a few runs in, chip away at that lead. And in the
In
dirt.
the dirt. We're
And
moving.
That's going to move them up to second and third. Now we got 2 runners in scoring position. It's kind of what you wanted to happen with only 1 out. And the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ooh, swing and a miss. Out 2.
A.J. Shrew. That was the outside corner. Either way, that would have been a strike.
All right. Up comes number 11, Kelton Blom. Let's see what he can do. Our cleanup hitter takes the first pitch for a ball.
With 2 down, there's a little bit of pressure here on Kelton.
Yeah, there's 2 down, but we got 2 runners in scoring position. A long single will score both of them. And another pitch inside. Ball 2.
Let's go, Kelton.
AJ might be feeling a little pressure himself on
Sure.
the mound. And right up the middle, that's going to score 2 runs. And that's going to change the outlook considerably. And going to second on that play at the throw home
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
is Kevin Bloom. So we'll give him a single and a Florida and a fielder's choice. Drives 2 RBIs.
Now batting number 19, McLean.
Changes. All of a sudden, we got a whole another inning coming up. Oh, it's such a beautiful night tonight. Who wouldn't want to be sitting up here? Ooh, safe back, going back into second. That was a nice throw, a little high. Had he thrown that a little lower, it might have been the end of that inning.
Let's go, McLean. Light it up.
McLean Powell takes a pitch for a strike. You can see the size of McLean, that
Yeah, he's only a sophomore.
if he takes and gets a hold of one, it's going for a long ride. Little outside for ball 1. And a swing foul to the back. Strike 2.
Hey, right here. Come on. Here you go, McLean.
AJ looks in. Gets a signal. Throws it high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second. 2 outs. But still a runner in scoring position. Could chip away a little bit more. All it takes is a big long single. Inside again. Banks the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. There's something about a catcher. I just want him to hit it really hard.
That's because you were a catcher.
Oh, and I didn't mean to have it hit him. Takes one in the elbow. Going down to second. Oh,
It should bring out my boy John Carl.
I just hate to see anybody get hit like that. I know what it feels like. I'm sure he's okay, but you know what? It just hurts to see it. Coming in to run for him
Yep,
is
it's Coach Carl now.
Devin Stewart. Really?
Oh, my goodness.
So we have a personal interest in this, huh? our, our announcer over here was just mentioned that his son is a freshman and he's the second catcher, so he's hoping that McLean is going to be okay, so his son doesn't have to come in and catch.
Blake Green, he's capable of putting one out of here. I was here a week ago when he hit the fence with a long fly ball.
He's
got a slow start on it. He thought he was going to go over, and it didn't make it. He ended up with a double, but
he got on last inning on a fielder's choice. But if he puts a charge in it, and that was a really great cut. Unfortunately, he was under the ball and fouled it back. Oh, one in the dirt, and runners do not advance. You know, the job of a catcher is not to catch the ball. The job of a catcher is to block that ball and keep it in front of them, and Bradenton's catcher did a really good job at just that.
Panther pitcher is struggling, and
Certainly
they
is.
have another pitcher warming up out in left field. So I don't. If this kid gets out of the inning, I don't think he'll be coming back the next one.
Unfortunately, he couldn't check. McLean couldn't check that one enough. He went around on it and for strike two. Ball in the dirt. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're back on the plus side. We're even. Runners on first and second. Nice long hit would really change the complexion of this game. And right to second, and tosses to first for the out. So unfortunately, that's the end of that inning. But here's the story. Instead of a 10-run mercy rule, we're going to be going into the 6th inning. So at the end of 5 innings, the score is 12-3, Bradenton Christian. We'll be right back after this important public service announcement. You're watching SETV Sports on SEHS TV.
This happens to other girls, not me. It's going to happen to my body. And my parents. How am I going to tell my parents? What are all my friends going to think? I feel so alone.
You're not alone. There are adults at your school that can help, one of whom is the school nurse. She's there to answer all of your questions and will be confidential. Don't be ashamed to ask for help.
You're not alone. You are here at Bradenton, Florida, at the Southeast High School basketball field. You are not alone. You are with us, Coach John Harder and myself, trying to give you just the most up-to-date forecast of what's going to happen in this game. And Coach Harder was telling me in between that he thinks we're going to come back and win this.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time, he says.
It's never over till it's over.
Something about a large woman singing or something? I don't know what you say.
It's a fat lady is actually what it is. And I
okay.
looked through the stands. We don't have one fat lady in the stands.
Thank goodness, because we could be in trouble for saying something like that.
It won't happen here.
Misogyny is just not the right thing. Okay, here we go. Coming up for Bradenton Christian is number 7.
Who's batted about 12 times tonight, Mickey Mantle.
Is he batted already? Yeah.
Every inning the boy's been up. Every inning.
You know what? He didn't come up last inning.
Now this is his 5th time up.
This is his 5th time up, but you know what? It's the 5th inning.
whatever you say. You're getting tired.
No, that's this is the 5th inning. He's been up 5 times. I'm just trying to inject a little humor, which obviously you don't want to go along with. Hold it. He pops it up. Looks like the first baseman's going to beat on it. Goes back and gets it.
Wow.
For our first out.
And the first time that boy hasn't been on base.
It's so nice not to have the leadoff hitter on base. Now that brings up Rob Abakel. Rob Abakel, number 23, the third baseman.
And a 6'1" sophomore.
On a fielder's choice, he flied out to right field and has scored 1. And ball 1's a count. Looks like it may be a little inside. You know, actually, we got a pretty good pitcher coming out here in Jake Fletcher.
He's been throwing hard.
Yeah. Now back for strike 1.
And he's got the toughest assignment. Batters 1, 2, and 3 this inning.
Well, he's already got 1, so he's working on 2. Count 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Ooh, there's a drive right in the gap. And he's going to be going, and he's going to get 2. Yep, that's where it is. It's going to be a double.
Solid double. I mean, like, clean, in the gap, rolled all the way to the fence.
You couldn't ask for a better hit than that if you're Bradenton Christian. That's going to bring up A.J. Shue, now the pitcher, former center fielder.
It's 1 out.
Well, there's 1 away. So, one thing you want to do is let a runner score here, because that would bring it back to 10 runs, and then we'd have our last ups, and that might be it. Ball 1. AJ. Runner on second. Pops it up. It's going to be foul. Third baseman is chasing it. Oh my gosh, just misses it.
Dove.
What a
Great play.
That is hustle right there. That's Pete Rose type baseball right there. Going after it. Umpire making sure he's okay, coming back. And look at this replay, how close he came to it. Just missed it. You know, one of the things when you're coming back there, you can't be watching the ball. You got to run to where you think it's going to be and then look up to get it. 1 ball, 1 strike on AJ. Takes a third pitch for a second ball.
It is. Hey, you've seen it well. Here we go. Drive it hard. Center of the ball.
And ball 3. Now we're in that famous batter's count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Again, you can look at it good. You don't have to swing. But if he puts it down right in the middle, which is what he's looking to do, and he calls it a strike inside corner. What a great pitch.
Boy, that sure fooled me.
Figure he might as well go after him. Again, great pitch again.
Yeah, he's throwing well.
You can see that curve coming in there. He has a lot of junk on that ball, and it's falling right in there. And the batter was able to foul that off just to stay up there.
Jack's a freshman, and boy, he's showing us a lot this inning.
Last couple innings. Oh, there's one right to the left fielder who drops it, but that's going to stop the runner from coming home. So it puts runners at first and third with only one out.
He would have had to dive for that, Blake would have, because that was right at his toes, and you can't get down there on that play. Bend over at the waist, it had to be either a dive, but he kept it in front of him.
Well, and he still made quite a good play on that.
The throw to third could have had him.
Yep.
They were running.
Well, he had to hold up. The runner had to hold up just in case he did catch it.
Yeah.
Up the plate, number 8, Josh Ramsey.
And all of this with the Tropicana train whistle out there on the tracks behind left field. I don't know if you heard that or not, Don.
I have earphones on, so no, I didn't. But the fact that you did just amazes me.
It's a great sound in the middle of the night, a train whistle.
Yeah, I used to live by train tracks.
Did you?
And we had a summer home. What was right by, we had a lake, and we had the train going right next to it. And between those two things, it put me right to sleep.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
Mine was the Illinois Central, chugging along all the way downstate to Carbondale and on to New Orleans.
Well, mine was a Canadian Express going to Montreal.
Oh.
2 strikes on the batter.
Throw back to first.
Safe at first.
I don't want it going over his head. That runner on third had a good lead.
Not afraid to throw it over there, though.
No,
that's good.
It's a good sign. He's a good boy.
Only
Coach
one
Brett
out.
has got to be happy that his future's on the mound. Ooh, change up. He pulled that one.
Wow. 1 and 2's the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I know he had a waist pitch coming, but not quite that bad. This one he's going to come a little closer. Get him to swing. Nope, outside again.
Come on, Josh, bring him in.
Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Josh Ramsey. Runners at first and third. They're trying to avoid that 1-run scoring, forcing them to score in the other half of the inning. And the ball hit the center field. And
Double play. That boy was caught. That ball was caught in center field. Yeah. I think the umps are confused here.
I don't think he caught it. I think he trapped it. And I think that's what the call is. But what they were going to say is that he left too soon.
They've got to appeal the play.
Well, they did. I think they did appeal the play, but the umpire said no, he didn't leave too soon. So it turns out.
I don't know, Don.
That run is going to score. Either way, that run is going to score.
That. Wow.
Brings up.
Caught the ball in center field for 2 outs. The runner was running on the play. Throw to third, and you double him up.
Well, again, I think they called it. Well, he may have tagged.
Boys, you need to put 13 up there. Thanks.
I know you don't want to. We don't want to put 13 up there, do you?
No. Not a lucky number right now.
No, not a lucky number at all. What? 2 outs? Just need to put away this runner, come up and get a couple runs. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike on.
Speaking of 13, it's time for the color commentator to give a shout out to Mike Suki. Number 13 for the Bradenton Marauders. I went to see his opening game.
Did you really?
Saturday night, it was a thrill. Oh, he had 40 fans there from Southeast. Out of the 5,000 that attended opening night, that's 3 away.
Nice play by the third baseman. That was a much more difficult to play than what it looked like. That was he had to short hop it and then on the run make that throw to first base, and he did so very well. So We only allowed the 1 run. Unfortunately, that makes it 10 runs. So what we're going to have to do this half inning is come back and score a couple runs ourselves. The Michael Suki, what an inspiration for Southeast baseball. Anybody who doesn't know Michael Suki, who is now playing in the minor league Class A for the Pittsburgh Pirates, is just doing great. We talked about it last time, but he had one up that I knew of, and he hit a home run the first time he was up the bat for Pittsburgh. So that was just amazing. So it's an inspiration to any ball player who comes to Southeast, that here you had a guy before you heading for the major leagues, and he'll be in the major leagues before too long. But playing here in Bradenton, able to play in front of his family and friends, and again, just an inspiration to the Southeast baseball team.
He's their right fielder. Got his first hit yesterday in the 3-2 win over the Minnesota franchise, known as the Miracle. They come out of Fort Myers. So I'm hoping that the support for him continues through the summer. It's his mother, Mary Suki, ran our booster club all the years that those two boys played here at Southeast.
Plus some, yes.
And if there was ever a better booster club parent than that, I don't know who it was.
She's absolutely wonderful.
Real joy. So I'm happy for her and the Suki family, but happy for me. I'm going to get a couple of autographs before long.
There you go.
That's for sure. He's a good boy.
Okay.
That first pitch is way high and over the head of our batter.
That's Jack Fletcher, our pitcher, who came in to relieve.
They had a pitcher warming up all last inning, but they were staying with the same.
Well, yeah, that was just in case. They could see that there was a problem with the pitcher, but he's back out there. Looking at 7, 8, 9, and
A.J. Shrew.
Jack takes a strike, evens the count at 2 balls, 1 strike. Doesn't even it, but makes it 2 balls and 1 strike.
Wow, they've changed their first baseman.
And they take Lister out?
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
How's he going to bat in the 6th inning?
I don't know.
Maybe he's in some other position. I'll have to look around the field.
He may still be out there. A nemesis to Southeast. And takes that for a strike. Looks like a full count.
3-2.
Jack Fletcher. Jack looking very intent up there at the plate. Oh, and fouls it back. Nice swing. Good looking swing. Not afraid to swing at the bat. Swing at the ball. That was a great swing. That's forcing the pitcher to come in for another strike. And strike 3.
He was looking. That's tough. 1 down.
1 away. That's going to bring up Kevin Vasquez, the second baseman. Kevin's been on base once this game.
Senior following a freshman.
Takes the ball high or up around the eyes. As a pitcher, that's the one pitch you don't want to start out with like that. Catcher looks over, gets a signal from coach, gives it to the pitcher. And again, high. When your pitcher's throwing them high like that, that usually is indication that he's getting a little tired. There's nobody warming up right now, but swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Southeast needing a run to continue this game. Nice swing, fouls it back, strike 2. Now it counts all even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kevin's up there swinging away, ready to drive it into the outfield. Oh, high. Brings the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
We've had a lot of full counts tonight.
We have.
Boys have been very patient.
All 3 pitches that the pitchers missed tonight have been high. So the one thing you don't want to swing at is anything out of the zone. There it is. He's
Way
on base.
outside.
Yep, he's on base. AJ, a little bit of a control problem there on those pitches. Who's that bring up anyways?
Johnny Cromwell.
Johnny Cromwell. I believe he had a hit last time up, didn't he? He sure did.
Yeah.
Looking to get another one. Hot, again, high, and gets away from the catcher, but no movement by the race runner. Looks like he's having some control problems. AJ. Outside, ball 2. Remember, Southeast has to score a run this half inning or the game's over. Swing and a foul back.
We got this.
Bringing the count, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Ball in play.
Ooh, way outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. They throw it in there, Johnny. I want to see you hit it.
He'll walk him. When he misses,
well, otherwise
he
I'd
really
be patient. I'd be very patient.
Yeah, I'd say so.
He threw it in there, and Johnny went after it.
3-2. Again.
So you say there's been a few full counts?
I'm going to bring my counter next time and see how many pitches these pitchers actually pitch. My goodness.
Oh, no, unfortunately. Out number 2.
Outside corner. That was pretty close to the
that was a good
strike
pitch.
zone. Yeah,
That
you
was
had to go
actually
for
a good
that with
pitch.
3-2.
You got to protect with 2 strikes.
Now batting number 3.
That brings up Cody Metters, the right fielder. Cody scored last time up. Got on a walk. Stole a second. Oh! He got hit. That puts another runner on. There we go. Now we got runners at first and second.
Yeah, that's a control problem.
Now batting number 7, Alex Quinones.
And yet no one's still in the...
No, I'm surprised. That's right in the shoulder there.
I mean, there is 2 outs, and I do understand that. They're going to let him work his way out of this, or hopefully he can work his way out of this. But 2 runners on. One of our top hitters up, Alex Quinones. Ooh, drives it to right field. Right fielder settles under it for the 3rd out, and that'd be the ball game.
Don, it went 2.5 hours, and I just enjoy being here. Not only working with you, but this is my team. This is my school. We have Teacher Choice Awards this Thursday night at 6:30. Mr. Sanders, you can't ask for a better TV production man. He starts these Cube Network WWW in the fall with football, and
well, we'll be back
and
right
of course
after
it
this
continues through the
important
spring.
public service announcement. You're watching SCTV Sports on SEH TV.
goes on. They're all laughing at me. Maybe I should just end it all.
Here we are. Final score, 13-3, Bradenton Christian. Not a great way to end the regular season, but you know what? Tomorrow starts a whole new season, and when Southeast goes into their district playoffs. And again, this was a game that was a non-district game, doesn't count in the standings anywhere. So, well, we got to see some pretty good pitching, right? We got to see good pitching. We got 3 good pitchers in there, but the final pitcher, Jack Fletcher, really looked good up there. So what are your thoughts on tonight's game, Coach Carter?
Well, you just stole my energy on that freshman I was going to bring up, Jack. My nickname, John Harder, Jack Harder. This is a young prospect. I'm happy for Coach Brett and the young squad that he's got out there. They were competitive, and look at him out there in right field. They're listening hard to what's up next. Sportsmanship is everything to me, and if you'd have seen during that commercial, these two teams line up at home plate in orange and blue, both squads shaking each other's hands. I'm all for it. I eat, drink, and sleep Southeast sports, and my blood is orange. And I had a great time tonight, Don. It's always good working with you. I have the best athletic director in the world, Dan Bradshaw, TV production, Sanders and Brooks. We had a lot of fans here tonight. The weather is perfect. The Cubs are in first place. I don't know what more I could ask for. There's Marlene Valson, the captain of the girls' basketball team down there.
Oh, well, hey!
And her sister Merlene, last year's captain, the Valson girls. Oh, it's been fun. I really appreciate it. Tough loss. I was here last week when we lost to Booker, and you and I aren't bringing him much luck, but the hope is there, Don. I mean, the future is intact and in good hands. So,
and you know
grateful.
what? Again,
Very
just like we talked about earlier, this is a young team that's going to get better and better. There's a really good vibe going across the team. You got a young coach who wants to succeed, and I'm sure he will in the next couple of years. So,
some senior leadership too tonight. We've got to congratulate the class of 2016. The seniors held their heads high, and they're out there right now preparing for districts, every one of them. They could have walked off anytime during the year or at the end of last season, and they stuck through a hot summer and prepared for this season and a new coach. And I'm terribly lucky to be a senior teacher and be a part of all of this. Girls softball tomorrow night for districts for you, Don, and soon it'll be time for the round ball. We'll be going to camp this summer and look forward to another school year. So
I do love round ball, so I can't wait for that. Well, you've been watching SETV Sports on SEH-TV. This is Don McGee and my color commentator, the renowned John Harder, signing off for tonight. So have a great night, and thank you for joining us.
I told you no more renown.